Hi, Julie Jones from SSB Performance, Smarter, Stronger, Better Mindset Training, here with this week's Mindset Made Simple Tip of the Week. And this week we're talking about focus. We focused on the holidays, and now we're back to focusing on our regular schedules. Competition, maybe we're coming out of COVID like my basketball teams are, and it's time to focus to getting back on the court, getting back to practice, to classes, instruction, whatever it might be. Focus makes a huge difference on how we're going to perform. I had the opportunity over the break to take a ride down to Florida with my good friend and former associate head coach, Julie Pratt. We were delivering a car to her dad who winters down there, and we're driving along with a little discussion for 15 or so miles, and all of a sudden she says, "What do you think about the backgrounds in your videos? Don't you think it's a little much?" I changed my background today just for you, Jewel. Just want to let you know. But she said, you have good content, but there's just too much going on behind you. I can't focus. She goes, you probably don't notice because when you watch the videos, you're just focused on you and what you're saying. But there's a lot going on. I had a reminder, first of all, that it is a bookcase normally, and that's where you put books, plural, books. But aside from that fact, it got me to think about all the things that draw our attention away from what we need to be doing or what we're trying to get our athletes to do. And I've got 3 ideas that can help you maybe help them hone in, focus in a little bit more as you are teaching, instructing, implementing new offenses, defenses, whatever it might be. Number 1, we're going to go back to my dear friend and Hall of Fame coach Donna Newberry's rule of I don't talk until everyone's having eye contact with me. Now, what does this do for us? Number 1, everyone's focused on the message. Yes, the messenger, but mainly the message. We're not looking at everything that's going on all around us. Everyone's focused on the message. Secondly, it avoids this introspection or this navel gazing, like looking inside of ourselves. All the chatter that's going on in their head, at least if their eyes are up and they're looking at you, they're not first thinking of themselves. They're waiting to see what you're going to say at least. Third, studies show that the more hunched over we are, the more like on our phone or looking down at our feet or whatever, we are less assertive. We've talked a lot about posture. We're less apt to act. When our chins are up, when our body's up, when our eyes are up, we are more apt to be assertive, aggressive, and to take action. So we are helping them get ready for the next thing that we're asking them to do. So 3 good reasons to take Donna's advice and have everyone look at you when you're talking. If they start to look away, you stop talking. And eventually they'll realize it's time to rejoin, to get out of that mind wandering, which we all know we do at least 47% of the time. That's number 1. Number 2, getting them to deliberately rehearse what you just said. We've all heard of deliberate practice, which is focused attention practice with systems in order to increase our performance. This happens before that. You tell them what to do. You have them either repeat what you said aloud, maybe individually, whatever it might be, so that they're seeing pictures of what's supposed to happen, or even better yet, you have them visualize what it is you're asking them to do so that it gets ingrained into their memory. We know that if we don't rehearse something, within 30 seconds it's gone, within 5 minutes it's like we never heard it before. Think about asking for directions. You ask for directions, you say a polite thank you, you walk away and say, I have no idea where to turn left. No clue. That's one of the reasons I drove to Florida with Julie, because directions are not her thing. We got there. It worked out great, even though I had to take the abuse of finding out that my background was a little too much. Nevertheless, deliberate rehearsal allows our athletes to get a plan for what it is that you just told them to do. They can see themselves doing it, and that helps them perform better. Maybe that 5th person in line won't say, what am I supposed to do? Thirdly, nudging people by saying pay attention is shown to help with results. In our military academies, they did some research with groups of cadets, and every 15 minutes or so they were told to pay attention. Those groups that were told to pay attention were more efficient and effective at the task at hand. So just reminding people to pay attention, we all need those reminders. Heck, I open up a web browser and can't remember why I went there. Right? Julie obviously can't pay attention to the content of my videos because the background is a little too much. Next time, maybe she should focus on all the wrinkles on my face and remind me of how old I am. That'll get her a little closer, right, to the content that's coming out of our mouth. But either way, we all wander. Our kids wander. if we want to get them to understand what we have to say and what we're teaching right off the bat, if we can help them by giving them some tools, I think it might be a little bit helpful. So remember, we can get them to look at us. Eye contact makes a big difference, changes our focus, changes our posture. Number 2, deliberate rehearsal of what you just said. And number 3, nudging them with a little pay attention. I hope that at least one of these can help you manage your practices a little more effectively, sort of squelch a little bit of frustration that comes with, I swear to God, I just said that in English, right? But here's to a great week of focus. And if you find yourself in a COVID pause, please reach out. I would love to work with your team and help them figure out how to use that adversarial relationship with COVID and turn that into an advantage. So for more information on focus and all kinds of other things, go to ssbperformance.com/blog. Email me at juliej@ssbperformance.com. Have a wonderful week. Focus, pay attention, have some good eye contact. We'll see you next time.